prepared by Dany Thomas. SPSS is a statistical package for social sciences. It is used by many researchers to analyze complex statistical data. It is officially known as IBM SPS Statistics. It is a software designed to analyze data. In this session, I will be demonstrating to you entering data into data editor, saving a data file, creating a bar chart, saving an output file, getting help in SPSS, printing in SPSS, quitting SPSS, tables and graphs for one variable. So we will start with entering data into the data editor. For that we will be using an example wherein the coach of a high school swim team runs a practice for 10 swimmers and records their time on a piece of paper. Each swimmer is practicing the 50-meter freestyle event, and the boys on the team assert that they did better than the girls. The coach wants to analyze these results to see what the facts are, and he codes the gender F females for girls and M males for boys. This is a table showing the name of the swimmers, the gender and the time marked by each swimmers, and we will be using this data to demonstrate the data entry and all the other following demonstrations. So let's start with data entry. To enter the data into SPSS, after opening the SPSS data editor, you can change the view from data view to variable view from the bottom of your screen. And now you have a spreadsheet with columns: name, type, width, decimals, labels, values, missing columns, align, measure and row. The first step of entering data is to define the variables. In our example, we have 3 variables that are swimmers, gender and time. So in order to enter the variables, you can move your cursor to the first row of the first column and enter swimmer and press enter. And you have to change the type of the first variable. It is given as numeric, but swimmer is not a numeric variable, it is a categorical or nominal variable. So you can click on the blue box with 3 dots and you have to change it to string, as it is a categorical variable that can be represented by a string of characters. So after selecting string, you can click OK. Now you can see that the scale of this variable is automatically changed to nominal as you have selected the type as string. And now you can label your variable as name of the swimmer. Now as you have labeled your first variable, you can enter the second variable, that is gender, on the first column of the second row and press enter. Similarly, as you have done it with the first variable, you have to change the variable to string, and you have to bring down the characters from 8 to 1, and you can click OK, and you can label the variable as sex of the swimmers. And as we have male and female in our example, you have to assign values for the second variable. So in the values column, you can click on the blue box. There will be a dialog box appearing in front of you. You can type F on the value and the female on label and add. Again type M on value and label it as male. Click add. Now you can click OK. Now as you have labeled your second variable, you can move on with entering the third variable on the first column of the third row, that is time. case of time, there is no need for changing the type, width or decimal because time is a numeric variable and the width of with 8 and 2 decimals is appropriate for our example. And you can label the third variable as practice time. Now you have entered the 3 variables. You can change the view into data view and you can see that the 3 variables appear in the spreadsheet, and in the column swimmer you can enter the name of your swimmers. After entering the first name, you can press enter and continue with entering the name of the rest of the swimmers. After entering the name, you can assign gender to your swimmers. After that, you can enter the time of each swimmers. Now you have entered the 3 variables. You can move your cursor to the menu bar on view and you can see this option known as value labels, and when you click on value labels you can see the change that has happened to the genders column. And you can also change the value by clicking it here. You can on and off here in your menu bar. Now we will move on with saving a data file. To save a data file, as you have created a data set, you have to save it. You can move your cursor to the file on the menu bar and you can click on save as, and on the login box you can select a destination and you can name your variable as you can name your file as swim and you can save it. Now we will move on with creating a bar chart. To create a bar chart, you have to select graphs from the menu bar and you can click on chart builder and there will be a dialog box in front of you. You can simply click scan data and you can see a dialog box of the chart builder will be appearing in front of you, and you will be having variables to the left and there will be a preview area, and on the bottom left you can see there are different types of charts given and bar chart is selected as a default, and you can see on the bottom middle the demonstration of different types of bar charts. We will select the simple bar chart and drag it to the preview area. Now we have to assign variables on the x-axis and y-axis. So from variables column we can select the variable sex of the swimmer and drag it to the x-axis, and we will drag the practice time on the y-axis. Now you can select title option from your dialog box and you can click on title 1 and you can title your bar chart as comparison of can click apply and you can click OK. After giving the head title to your graph, you can click apply and click OK on your dialog box, and you can see your chart will be appearing in front of you, and output screen will appear in front of you, and in your output screen will be having two sides. On the left side there is a outline of your output, and on the right side you can see, as you can see, it is the output itself. Now we will move on with another type of graph. You can select chart builder as from the gallery. You can now again go back to gallery, and from the types of graphs you can select box plot. Box plot is also known as box and whiskers plot. It will be useful to identify how the swimmers step individually and collectively. So we will select the simple box plot and drag it to the preview area, and as you can see, the variables are already appearing on the horizontal and the vertical axis. This is a very helpful feature of the chart builder. We can explore different graphing alternatives without needing to redo all the prior steps. So now you can click OK, and you can see your output in front of you. The box plot shows female and males, and there are two boxes here, and each boxes are having whiskers extending above and below, and in this case the whiskers extended from the shortest to the longest. The outline of the boxes shows the middle 3 times, and the line through the middle of the box represents the median value of the swimmers. Now we will move on with saving an output file. So we have already seen how to save a file. Now we will save the entire output. So move your cursor to the save as. This is the output. This is the output. We have saved already the data set. This is the output screen. So now you have to save this output. So you can go choose file. You can click save as. You can give any name for your output file, and you can save the file. Now we will move on with how to get help in SPSS. You can see in a dialog box there is an option to get help, and if you click on this option, you can see it is automatically redirected to a web page, and SPSS provides you with an extensive online assistance. If you have any doubt with any of the terms given in the SPA given in your dialog box, you can simply click on the help, and you can see there is a list of terms. Now we are now redirected from the charts dialog box. We have in front of us the explanation of different terms relating to charts, and there are different related topics given here, And you can also simply choose help from the menu bar. You can choose help from the menu bar, then there is a tutorial given, and it will also simply redirect you to the same web page. And you can see, you can select help, you have help, you can have tutorial, you can have case studies. So there are different types of assistance that is being provided by SPSS online. So if you have any doubt on how to perform any functions, you can simply click on the help option that is available on your menu bar. If you are having any doubt about any particular function, for example, as we have seen here, we are having a doubt on building a chart, you can click help and you will be simply redirected to a web page where you can directly see the explanations relating to bar and different terms relating to charts. Now we'll move on with printing in SPSS. In order to print in SPSS, you can select file from the menu bar and you can simply click. You can choose your printer and you can see that the available output is selected, and you can give the number of copies. This similar to as we do it in the MS Office, and you can click OK if you want to print it, or else you can cancel it. Now we will move on with quitting SPSS. When you have completed the work, it is important to save all your data and you have to quit it safely and securely. And it is simple. Quitting SPSS is similar to any other spreadsheets. You can simply click exit and there will be a dialog box asking you whether you have to save any changes. If you haven't made any changes, you can click yes. If you have already saved your file, you can simply click no.